Here we have a mom in a green shirt, and this mom has 6 kids, and since she is the best mom ever, she decides to buy her kids some candy bars, one with almonds and one with no almonds because not all of her kids like nuts. As it turns out, only 2 of her kids like almonds, so she divides it into 2 pieces. Each of those kids gets one of the pieces. So each piece represents 1/2 of the candy bar with almonds. There's our 1/2. And when those kids see that 1/2, they get so excited. They're so happy for their 1/2 of a candy bar. Yay! The other 4 kids want the candy bar that does not have nuts, so she has to divide it into 4 pieces. Each of those kids will get one of the 4 pieces. So each piece represents 1/4 of the candy bar that does not have almonds. There's our 1/4. And when those kids see their 1/4, they can't help but notice that it's smaller than the piece that their brothers got. Not too thrilled about that. So let's look at what we have. This piece over here represents 1/2 of the candy bar that had almonds. This piece is 1/4 of the candy bar that did not have almonds. But the size of my hole was the same. So remember, to get that larger denominator, that 4, I had to cut my hole into more pieces. That means each piece is going to be smaller. If I look at them next to each other, I can see that the 1/2 piece is quite a bit bigger than my 1/4 piece. So 1/2 is definitely greater than 1/4. What do you think would happen if I had 12 kids that wanted to share one candy bar? Each piece represents 1/12. Well, let's take a look. I'm going to split my candy bar into 12 pieces. And let's see if each piece is greater than 1/2 or less than 1/2. It's pretty tiny. I would say that 1/12 is definitely smaller than 1/2. Remember, 12 kids versus 2 kids, I have to cut it into a lot more pieces. What do we think about thirds? What happens if I divide it into thirds? Is that going to be greater than 1/2 or less than 1/2? Let's look at some models to help us out. Remember, if I have the same size hole, the more pieces I cut it into, the smaller those pieces are going to get. So if I have 3 pieces, they're going to be smaller than if I only have 2 pieces. So 1/2 is greater than 1/3. 1/3 is less than 1/2.